It's only fitting that the sun is shining for this special delivery. A new piece of high-tech equipment arrives at a sports arena in Worcester, Massachusetts.
A lot of people, they're not sure what it is. They don't know if it looks like a mailbox or something like that.
It's called the Big Belly, and mail is the last thing you'd want to put in it.
Big Belly is a solar-powered trash compacting system. Basically, it's a trash can that automatically compacts when it needs to.
Jim Poss is a green entrepreneur with big plans for his Big Belly. He hopes it'll put an end to overflowing trash cans. From city streets to parks to the DCU sports arena where his rookie invention is getting a tryout.
There's one here. Yeah. It'll be here for the next 2 weeks.
We have a 6-hour boxing match coming up. When you have that long of an event, it can be a challenge trying to get the trash off of the concourse, the public areas during an event itself.
Here's how the Big Belly will try to meet that challenge.
Like any trash can, you toss in your trash, but here it rolls into a compartment and gets compressed by a motor. Basically, as the trash flows into here, it interrupts an electric eye, which you can't see, but it shoots across here. When the photo eye, the electric eye, is blocked, it knows that it needs to compact.
Then with 1,500 pounds of force, a pair of steel rams compacts the trash into 2 side-by-side bins. The energy to do all this comes from the sun, collected by a solar panel and stored in a battery designed to last 5 years.
We have software inside that monitors the battery and enables the device to compact or sense things, sense when it needs to be full. Anywhere, anytime. The advantage of it being solar powered is that you don't have to plug it in. It's cordless, you don't have to install wires, and it can go anywhere outside, and a lot of places even inside with pretty low light.
By compacting the trash, the Big Belly can swallow about 6 times as much as a normal can of the same size.
5 bags in a barrel versus 1 load.
In the garbage collection biz, reducing volume means reducing costs. So the Big Belly's 6-to-1 ratio is a major selling point.
It wasn't so much the solar technology that we were interested in, but rather the compacting ability of it. Being able to hold over 4 or 5 times the amount of trash in the same square foot area, we're able to minimize the amount of volume of trash that needs to be loaded to the service areas.
Trash collection in general is a very labor-intensive process, and it's very expensive. Garbage trucks might cost $120 an hour to operate. You have 3 people going to sites several times a day, often 10 times a day, to go pick up the litter.
Then there are the environmental costs associated with garbage pickup.
You have garbage trucks coursing through the streets. They get less than 3 miles a gallon. It's actually one of the worst vehicles on the road, worse than an 18-wheeler and a transit bus. They burn 1 billion gallons of diesel every year in the United States alone. This is just a huge problem.
And it's one he's been thinking about for years, long before he earned his college degree in environmental science.
My parents had a trash compactor in their house, and as a child I would break stuff, crush stuff. I was pretty mechanical, and I like to figure out how things worked.
Now his startup company, Seahorse Power, has built about 100 solar compactors. They're being test marketed at arenas, ski resorts, amusement parks, and even on the streets of New York.
We went down and took some pictures ourselves and found 1 street corner with a Big Belly on it that was quite clean, and 3 street corners right next to it that had piles of garbage. And then back here, as this was torquing the other day.
Meanwhile, in Worcester, Massachusetts, they're already working on a new and improved model, one that not only crushes garbage using solar power, but can also phone home.
It knows how often people are using it, and it can gauge the fullness of that and send a signal over a Wi-Fi network, a cell phone, a beeper, a radio, and it can tell people when it needs to be picked up.
With this kind of smart garbage can, you wouldn't waste time, money, or energy collecting bins that aren't yet full. At more than $4,000, the price of a Big Belly seems high. But Poss says the machine pays for itself in a year or 2 through reduced collection costs. His challenge now is to convince customers.
when we have a significant number of units out there, there is going to be an impact, and it's going to be a positive impact on the environment. And that's when I'll feel like it's been successful.